the people that aren't able to get on today.
Excuse me, did you record last week with the hormone presentation?
With the hormone presentation, I did. Do you want me to send you the link?
Yeah, because I lost you really right after that. We never could recover, remember?
Yep.
I could hear you all and I could see you talking, but I couldn't catch anything. So, yeah, I'd be interested in seeing if I could understand any of that.
Okay. I'm going to mute everyone just so that way can everybody hear me now? And then if you have a question, just let me know. You can either pop it in the chat section down at the bottom, or if you click on manage participants or participants, it'll say 7 people, then you can like raise your hand as well. But I think it's easier to just pop it in the chat and then I'll answer as we go. But I'm trying. So what I've been talking with the people, the programmer of Healthy, the platform that we use, is I would love to be able to send out an email to each of you with the link once a week to the recorded things. As of right now, I have to go in and manually do that, which is fine, but it just takes, it's a little time consuming. But I will definitely pull that recording and send it to you all regarding the hormone. Okay, so today what we're going to talk about is, again, positive affirmations. Y'all know I spend a lot of time on this, but I want to talk about making sure that you're in a state for healing. And what I mean by that is oftentimes those of us sitting in this group, I'm not pointing fingers or anything like that. I'm just saying it's oftentimes a personality trait. It's oftentimes linked to genetics as well. A lot of us have slow comp genes, meaning that when our sympathetic nervous system is activated, our neurotransmitters do not get neutralized efficiently. So then we stay in that heightened sympathetic nervous system response a little bit longer. And that's part of the problem of why we have developed these chronic issues or autoimmune issues. Not all of us have autoimmunity in this group, but chronic issues that we're dealing with. Because what happens are a couple things. One, we sit there and start having looping thoughts, right? We're replaying the situation over and over and over and over and over and again in our head. How could I have done that differently? How did I, and so we stay in that heightened state of that sympathetic nervous system response. So just knowing this and catching yourself when you are in that state is very, very important. Just as Katie was saying this morning, she had a little bit of that reaction whenever she was putting her son on the bus, but then she recognized that that was more of her thought process than an actual physical response, okay, that was driving it. And so she chose at that moment to then go through her strategies. Now, Rebecca, welcome Rebecca, she's new to the group. So she and I were talking yesterday what gets hard for those of us that do have a slow comp gene, and once you get into that full-blown sympathetic nervous system response, that fight, flight, freeze response, then it's hard sometimes because you want to have the reaction. You want to either be mad or you want to contemplate it or you want to, so then how do you bring yourself forward to be like, okay, I'm going to do my, it's like really hard to come out of that state. So I want to teach you all a few simple strategies that I do each and every day because I know what my inefficiencies are, and I'm able to predict. And once I become more aware of my situation and my triggers, then it's just having the discipline to actually do the steps that you need to get yourself out of that state. So number one, I always talk about this, my positive affirmations first thing every single morning. How do I do this? I take 5 minutes and I write I am statements. Wherever you are, whatever stage of life you're in, whatever your goal is, whatever your day goal, your week goal, your month goal, your year goal, I write it down every single day. Okay, so I personally, I do some business goals, but as I start to progress toward my business goals, I quickly have anxiety of how having a successful business is going to impact my health. And so then I have to make health goals as well. But for all of us, whatever your goal is, maybe it's a family, maybe it's relationships, maybe it's setting clear boundaries, whatever it is, I want you to visualize where you are in the future. You're not writing what you're thankful for each and every day. You're writing what your future state is. I am grateful for your future state. You're seeing yourself in once you've met that goal. And you're just going to write it. You're going to write it. 5 minutes of writing. I write probably 20. I switch mine up. So what I do is I write them and I do it day after day after day. And when I add a new one, I usually will feel major resistance. Typically for me, it's my throat chakra, my heart chakra. I feel the resistance. It can make my stomach upset. Like, I'm just like, oh, I can't even believe I'm writing this right now. But then I set and I visualize myself in that situation. I never stop writing that affirmation until I can write it, I can say it, and I can visualize it without feeling resistance within my body. Okay, that's how typically I know that I've overcome whatever deep-rooted I have going on that's keeping me from that. So for instance, if we set and we think about our state of sickness all the time, we're going to stay in that state of sickness. So this is where when we're achieving our health goals, visualizing yourself, and it's got to be a pretty powerful kind of a why, like where you want to be, you got to visualize it every single day to keep you pointed in that direction. That helps to keep you motivated and disciplined toward what you need to do today to get there in the future. All right, so that's step one. 2, you can feel, once you start, one of my pleasures in life is traveling the world. I love to travel. I love to go to exotic places. I love to take my kids everywhere. I love to see the experience of life through their eyes, okay? And so just writing that reminder, I'm so grateful that my health allows me to travel the world with my family to experience these experiences with them. And then after I write that, after I say that, after I feel and visualize that, it puts me in a state of gratitude and happiness and motivation. We can't be motivated, nor can we be productive if we're not happy. We can't. So if we are feeling sulky, you have 2 choices. You can sit in that for the day. And sometimes I tell people, go sit in sorrow. It's okay. Cry, scream, yell, whatever you need to do. But then you need to wake up the next day and move forward. So, and that's a strategy that I found in terms of a lot more affordable than a therapist, even though we need therapists at times, but anyhow, it's just a really simple tool, and you can immediately feel your state change with that tool. Now, other very simple tools. for the upregulation of the vagus nerve is there. These are simple things. So gargling for 30 seconds, just gargling water, putting some water in, gargling will activate your vagus nerve. Our vagus nerve is what's responsible for our parasympathetic nervous system. That is for rest, relaxation, and healing. Okay, that is when we're doing our meditation, that's the ultimate goal, is to upregulate the vagus nerve. Because when we do that, all of a sudden blood comes rushing to the gut. We're now able to digest and absorb that amazing food that we're eating. But when we're constantly stressed out or we're eating on the go, we're not being mindful about the food that we're eating, then all that blood just gets shunted away from the gut. So, I mean, you might as well go grab yourself some McDonald's and a Frosty or something, you know? You're not going to be absorbing the nutrients of all that rich, organic, delicious food that you are eating. So making sure that you are getting in a state of gratitude and upregulating the vagus nerve. So what we can all try is just to do 30 seconds of gargling prior to eating dinner. I'll also have some of my clients with severe, gut issues to actually do some meditation before. So 5 minutes of deep breathing, taking the breath to a 6-second inhale followed by a 6-second exhale prior to each meal will help to prepare the body. Cooking, sitting down, eating meals with family, also helps to prepare the body for digestion and absorption. So those are just simple strategies. I'm not going to tell you the other ones like gagging yourself. No, but don't gag yourself to stimulate the vagus nerve. We can just gargle. We'll just gargle or do deep breathing. So, all right, I am going to open it up for questions. So anybody have a question this week? And I'm going to just unmute everybody unless it gets too loud. Then I'll mute people. Oh, unmute. Okay, so anybody have questions?
I don't have a question per se, but I do just have a little bit of a follow-up because I did at one point in time kind of look up some of the little vagus nerve little tricks and tips, and I don't know how true this one is because, it's the internet, but they just said something about, like taking the cold shower. I think that helps too, and I kind of think that that's not kind of funny, but, you told me one of the things that I can do to help myself with, I have mitochondria issues, was to take the ice bath, which doesn't sound awesome, but the closest I've come was just to turn in the shower to cold for as long as I can stand it, for a couple minutes and then turn it off. But I guess I heard that was one of the things that could do that too. So I don't know if it's true. Yeah.
I did not know that. Now, so from a cryotherapy standpoint, the submerge and ice bath, it actually helps to stimulate apoptosis of mitochondrial cells that are not working efficiently, and it causes mitosis of new from stem cells to produce more mitochondria cells. So it helps with cellular function, but I did not know about the cold water and the vagus nerve. So I'll have to check that out. I cannot do it. I'm like,
I couldn't either.
Are in good shape because we have a cryo club here that they just opened, so you can go and you actually have to pay. It's like a ridiculous amount of money to submerge yourself in an ice bath for 3 minutes. I just fill ice in my tub, and that's dreadful to me. I try to keep all of my interventions like really happy and pleasant.
Yeah, cold shower was good enough for me. I was like, I'll try that first, and yeah, that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anybody else? Cameron, how are you feeling?
I made my first poor decision this weekend, so I am not feeling very good.
Your first poor one. What did you introduce?
Well, I decided to introduce gin and ended up on a boat for 8 hours.
Oh, it
Then-
felt amazing at the time, didn't it?
yeah,
It
and
felt so
then
amazing.
started off with some gin, and then it ended up with Bacardi rum. Someone else made margaritas on another boat. Someone else brought Truly seltzers, and then it wasn't even like it wasn't hungover a bad decision. It was just like mixing things I know I shouldn't have. And then I felt like crap on Sunday, and we drove home, and everyone stopped at Dairy Queen. So I made a very poor decision and had a blizzard. And that's the first time in 5 weeks, 6 weeks that I've strayed at all from the plan. And I am still feeling it today. It's Tuesday. It was on Sunday afternoon. And my stomach is still just not happy from the Dairy Queen.
That will get better. Probably not from an all day affair. You know what I'm saying? But like the occasional Dairy Queen,
Yeah.
choice, because it's not, you didn't have gluten, so I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Times a little bit harder to recover from, but between the dairy, the sugar, and you probably, and the gut issues that you currently are having. So
Yeah, I was not very happy.
So when we make those kind of little mess ups, it's not a mess up, and I want us to like actually change that. It is if it's during the 23-day elimination when we're trying to figure out, so you at least made it through your 23-day window.
Yeah.
So that's a positive, and then you just, so now you reintroduced blizzards, so that doesn't work for you.
That's a no-go.
But anyhow, so that will, but that's part of when we do start to craft your lifelong plan.
Yeah.
We will allow that. We have to give ourselves a little grace as well in the process.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I'm struggling with that a little bit, just because, not because like I know I should never be able to have it, but just because like I'm so scientific, and I know that like I didn't do things in the order that I was supposed to do them in, and so now I'm like backtracking. I'm probably gonna have to go 3 or 4 days of like the complete elimination diet all over again, and then start reintroducing the next set of things.
Yeah.
So
that's exactly it.
yeah.
Hit your supplements, clean it up, drink tons of water, your lemon water.
Yeah. My new supplements, I think, get delivered on Thursday.
Okay.
And should I expect to feel very tired for those first 2 weeks?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think you will actually feel really good. It's not going to be as bad as, let's see, did we have to back off of some with you?
So we backed off of the candicidal, and then you put me on the grapefruit seed extract for the bacteria.
Okay. I don't think it'll be as bad.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, I think it's going to make you feel a lot better.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who's next? Susan? Can I not hear you, Susan? Please tell me you're... Can you hear me? Can you turn up your volume? On your computer, maybe? Tell Jerry to fix it. I can't hear you. Okay, we're gonna come back to you, Susan. You get it fixed. Otherwise, you can type it in the chat. Yeah, I don't know why we can't hear her. Okay, anybody else? Ashley, how are you doing?
I'm good. I started the elimination diet 5 days ago.
Awesome.
It's going good so far. I did need to clean it up, even though, I thought I was eating pretty clean already, but I'm living without eggs for 5 days. So that's good. I ordered my supplements, so those are on their way. Do I only take the scoop thing when I get it, or right? Because I should wait to take them until I get results back, or how does that work?
No, as after you have done your lab, when do you do your
Okay.
labs?
So I'm gonna probably start tomorrow. I want to read all the directions I wanted to get. My husband was out of town, so I had figured the weekend would be good, and then realized I'd be like scrambling. So I'm gonna hopefully shoot to start it tomorrow.
Okay.
So hopefully, it'll be 2 days, right? So.
And then you'll ship on Friday morning?
Friday morning. That's my goal. Yeah. So.
Okay. I just want to make sure it doesn't get there on the weekend.
Or should I wait and then send it like Monday morning, or?
Where are you? When do you do your Dutch Plus?
Just 1 second.
You're fine.
Sí, es este, del espejo. Sorry. So sorry. The Dutch Plus, I am on day 5 of my period.
You're
So
day 5 right
I'm
now.
day 5 right now. So it's the 19th, right? Day 19?
Yes. 19 through 22.
Yes. So I know that one is going to be, I guess, a little delayed.
Okay, that's fine.
Is that okay?
No worries. So
I don't know why I'm like nervous about like the stool test. Like, I don't know. It's like a mental thing. Like, I'm like, but what if I schedule it and then like can't go or something? I'm pretty regular, but it's just like in my head, I'm like, but what if it doesn't come and then they're going to like come pick it up and it's not ready? Like,
that
I have
happened to me.
a bag in my hand or something. I don't know. I'm nervous about it. I need to just read it. Like, I feel like I'm avoiding it and I need to just do it.
It's not as bad
Okay.
as it seems, although
I know.
it's really not. Everybody does it.
Exactly. No, I know.
We all done it.
Exactly.
I will support you through this. So if you have
I know. It's such a mental thing. I'm like, oh, and then in my mind, it's like my anxiety. I make it so much bigger. Like, oh my God, like the urine and but what? And then wait, and then where do I store it? And it's like not that big of a deal. I'm just making it so much bigger in my head.
Okay, I want to give you a mental picture. I think I gave this to somebody else. I don't know if they're on here or not. But just when you're doing your own, I just want you to visualize me collecting my son's, and he had the worst diarrhea ever. Cameron, did I tell you that?
Yeah.
It was the worst diarrhea ever. Okay, there's nothing worse than collecting. Well, you think that there's not much worse than collecting your own until you collect your son's, and it's like straight diarrhea splattering. And
yeah.
so when you
keep
get
that in mind.
that's pretty bad.
I have to share my story of having to collect that. It was the second day that I was collecting, and we had to go travel to take my son to a doctor's appointment. But this was one that's far away. It's like 4 hours away. And so we were traveling. So I had to take my little sample test with me in this god-awful, nasty gas station. And of course, I'm like, oh my gosh, I couldn't have waited till I got home. I have to go now. So he pulled over, and there I was in this gas station with like my whole lab spread out all over the place. It was kind of, I can laugh about it now, but it's a horror story.
That's Okay, that tops mine. That tops mine.
I had it all spread out all over the place. I'm like, God, I hope nobody knocks on the door.
My poor kids are gonna like grow up having major. I mean, like me in a gas station using the restroom is just like glove up, everybody. Like, do not touch a single thing.
It was awful. It was awful.
Imagine having that experience.
Oh.
Bad. Okay, so Ashley, have we made you feel better about this?
You have. You've really soothed my
Your concern.
my soul.
Go to the bathroom.
Just go to the bathroom. You're in the comfort of your own home. It's gonna be okay. So do you recommend that I like do the thing on Friday, or should I wait? Or
So let's see. You're gonna do it tomorrow.
mm-hmm.
You don't have. Why don't you call? So you're scared that you
Okay.
have like
No, I
you
think
go in the morning.
I do. Mm-hmm.
So what I would do is I would actually call tomorrow to
Okay.
schedule pickup on Thursday, and hopefully it would get there by Friday.
Okay.
Oh, because you're going to drop it off at UPS.
No, I haven't called to see if that can happen at, here where
Just
I'm
call
at.
for DHL. It'll be fine because you're not going to take your Dutch Plus. Your Dutch Plus will have to go UPS, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Just do like,
I don't want to have to make you do the CSAP over again if it arrives on the weekend is my only concern.
I see what you mean.
Yeah,
Unless
if it arrives on
I-
Friday after they've already left, then it sits there all weekend.
I see. Maybe I should do like a Monday morning pickup,
That might be better.
and that way just like,
You could do it Sunday and Monday.
yeah.
And it's really, those two tests are really
Mhm.
easy. I mean, your DNA is easy.
Mhm.
The organics is just your urine first thing in the morning, and then the stool
Yeah.
is, they're pretty
Yeah.
easy to manage while doing, even with your
Yeah.
running around.
Mm-hmm. No, that's great. And I feel like on Monday morning, then should I do the urine on Monday morning?
No,
And-
it needs to freeze overnight. Do that on
okay.
Sunday and then put it in the freezer and then pull it out. It'll be ready to go Monday morning.
Oh, perfect. Okay. And then I'll do that. And then I can do the genetic one Monday morning too. Okay. I think I want to make sure that it doesn't sit there.
I would too.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, Nicole has to repeat hers. I feel so bad, but anyhow, yeah, so you don't want that to happen. And especially it would just, kind of delay the process a little bit.
Yeah.
I think to ensure that that doesn't happen, shipping it out on Monday is kind of my favorite.
Okay. That sounds good. I was also going to ask you about nutritional yeast.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay to eat, or?
It is as long as you don't have any sensitivities, but yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then should I avoid nightshades, or is that okay, or?
I think it's okay. I mean,
Just like minimal. It's not like I eat them all the time,
That's usually what I do. Now, if you wanted to do it hardcore, you could eliminate the nightshades for 23 days, introduce them to see if you are having any type of reaction to it.
Okay.
I think it makes it stressful for me to completely eliminate all nightshades.
Yeah.
But it's not like I eat a ton of tomatoes and a ton of peppers and.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I was just curious.
Mm-hmm. All right. Hi, Candy.
I'm here.
You're here. I'm so excited. You've got video and audio. Look at
audio. Yay me.
How are you doing?
I am not moving well, that's for sure.
Are you back? You're doing the ibuprofen though, right?
Well, no, not for the last 4 days. I took it for 3 days, and by the third day, it wasn't even helping. It was like why am I giving up my probiotics for nothing? So I haven't restarted them. I didn't know how long to wait. It's been 3 days. Should I start the probiotics again? Okay. And then I've been really having a hard time sleeping.
Mhm.
I'm just wondering when all of this is going to start happening.
Say that again. You've really been having a hard time sleeping?
Yeah, and I'm just wondering when all this pain and all this is going to
Mhm.
start working.
It does take some time. So tell me, how long have you been on the supplements?
Let's see, last Monday.
Yeah.
Started last Monday.
I wish I could tell you it happened that quickly, but it doesn't. So are you starving, by the way? Like all of your journal entries, I'm like, gosh, she's got to be hungry. I eat a lot more than you eat.
I have no appetite. And
Okay.
it hurts to cut things. I can't really prepare anything.
Yeah.
So I'm doing what I can.
Okay. You can cry if you need to. We're here to support you and provide you with love.
Yeah, I got my son to cut up some celery and got my other son to cut up some cabbage, and just anybody I can talk into helping me
Mhm.
do this, and then I eat that till it's gone.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
know I'm lacking a lot more greens. I need to get the greens going, and I just feel constipated. I feel like there's no fluid in my body.
Okay.
I'm turning into the Tin Man.
So you are constipated?
Well, it's just a struggle.
Mhm. Okay. We got to get that moving. We
I was
definitely
wondering if I could do like a warm water enema.
You can. Have you done that in the past and that's helped you?
Yeah, but usually in the past I did it with coffee.
Mhm.
But we don't want to do the coffee now since I'm doing nothing.
You can have a little coffee. Do you need coffee to make you poop?
I don't know if that helps me poop. I don't know. I never.
You just can't have sugar and cream. That's what Rebecca and I were
Oh, I'm
discussing.
way past
Well,
sugar
why
and cream.
drink? You don't? You like
My
it?
coffee comes with a half a teaspoon of baking soda and like 20 grains of stevia, and it takes all the bitterness out, and it's like I make it last. I really enjoy my cup of coffee.
Well, then have
But
your cup of coffee. Let's not, you've added too many. So, you're in a major flare right now, right? And you've
yeah,
gotten rid of all steroids and not taken any type of ibuprofen or Advil, and your supplements haven't had time to kick in. You still got all the other stuff going on, right? So
yeah.
let's make it easier on you. So what I want you to do, enjoy your cup of coffee. I need you to start adding things in that you enjoy, but that aren't going to create a lot of inflammation. And that's not a cup of coffee. That is, I don't want you to have 5 cups of coffee
Right.
or a cup of coffee that's like, I'm only having 1 cup.
Right.
but
Okay.
but to just sit and kind of enjoy your coffee. The other thing that I want you to do is let's try more organic frozen fruits, vegetables that don't require to be chopped
Okay.
in the process. And so that way you could dump, let's say, an organic berry blend with some organic, coconut or almond milk, and some frozen spinach in a blender in the morning, and have that. You can add your scoops of protein powder to it if you would like. If you don't, then don't worry about it. But I do, when I'm seeing your food entries, I'm like, she's got to be starving. And and that's not the goal of the elimination. We don't lose weight in this phase. We actually, because that becomes a catabolic process. So
Right.
I want you to make sure that you're getting enough of the good fats, and we'll get the inflammation down, but it does take some time.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
You have there's one of the in the recipes that you get in the files that she sent you. There
Uh-huh.
is a recipe for it's a kale, banana, and pineapple smoothie.
Right.
I almost have it almost like every day for breakfast. It's fantastic, and I hate kale.
Oh.
And you can't even taste any of it. But it's like so routine now that I keep mine in the freezer. You can buy like a whole little container of like baby kale, throw it in the freezer so you don't have to put ice or anything in a smoothie, and put it in there. You can put the banana in there too, frozen, and just blend that all up. It's like the easiest thing to do and the best way to get a whole lot of greens in there and just your breakfast.
Right. Okay. That's a great idea.
Yeah, totally one of the meals that you should look up. I love that one.
Did you say kale, banana, and what?
It's a pineapple.
Pineapple.
But sometimes I don't even have the pineapple, so even if you just do the banana and the kale, all of it just tastes like banana, really. It just tastes like a banana shake, and then when you put the OptiCleanse in there, it's like chocolate banana, which is yummy.
yeah, everybody can get, you can choose. For those of you that are on OptiCleanse, some of you are on I5, but for those of you that are on OptiCleanse, you can choose chocolate, or they've got lots of different flavors. So feel free to order your favorite. Okay, my favorite is just the vanilla, so that's why I always add that if I'm making the recommendation, which the recommendation process with the supplements is still terrible, just for everyone to have an update. Poor Ashley, it took her, I felt so bad, Ashley. I felt like that took you like 30 minutes yesterday, probably longer, to order supplements. Did it?
Yeah, it did. It did take a long time. Plus, it just like wouldn't even let me in. Like I had to keep trying to like get in, and I would put in your code. I mean, I tried 3 different ways, and then finally, like magically, I was like, I'll take it, So I had to go through each category, and that was the only way that I could then go to the starting letter and find it. But anytime I would type it in, it would say not found. So I thought that was so strange. Yeah, so I had to go through all of them, but I'm excited to get those. And then, I'm sorry, just one last question. When I receive them, do I start taking them regularly already, or?
If you receive, so not until after you've done your 3 tests.
Oh, okay, yes.
And but you can start taking it before your hormone, before your Dutch.
Okay, before the hormone. Okay.
So next week.
Okay.
I had one more question too. What about CBD oils and creams and tinctures?
You can use those. Now, I have not dove into the into the research. So to make specific recommendations, I can't do that. But what I can tell you is based on the research, because it's so variable based on what company you're using and all of that. So it's just like, it's kind of like a practitioner's nightmare.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's like, which brand is the best?
Right.
And blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But
And then even the brands can vary from batch to batch. So it's
Exactly.
very.
But the research is really, really promising, and especially for things like rheumatoid arthritis and other, even MS. It's got pretty good research in terms of the reduction of quinolinic acid within the brain, which causes a lot of our inflammation, and then causes issues with our central nervous system and different nerves, but also our inflammatory cascade. It really helps to turn that down as well. But I don't typically recommend specific brands or anything like that. I get hit up like every day by at least 5 different people asking me to buy or sell their products. And so honestly, there's like resistance that I talked about that I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
But yeah, I think if it's something that you've used and you know that you actually got relief, there is enough research to actually support that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Since I live in Colorado, I have a pretty good
You've got some good access.
Yeah. So I have come across some really good tinctures that just kind of calm me, so I can
Good.
breathe.
Yes.
That's the other thing. My chest is tight. Is that a normal thing? I can breathe. I just feel congested. I used to take one of my supplements was ALJ, and it's specifically for lung function, and it's supposed, and it does give me relief, but it has a lot of intense herbs in it that I don't know if I should take with this elimination diet.
If you can hold it, I would prefer that.
Okay.
Just take the things, because otherwise I don't want to add too many variables in, because I know exactly how to kind of back things off and modify, add this, don't add that. But then if there are other variables into that equation where I don't really know the brand,
yeah,
Okay.
and if they're legit, yeah. So it very well could be that we're going to find a dysbiotic bacteria within your gut that impacts
everything.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I had. It was a bacteria that affects lung function.
That's what she has in her gut, and it was wreaking havoc.
Oh,
It still is until I get the supplement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's the waiting game. I want instant results.
Yeah.
I wish it did.
It doesn't happen you all know. If it were that easy, everybody wouldn't be in the shape that they're in, right?
Yeah.
I wish I could work myself out of a job. That would be a wonderful world for all of us.
Wouldn't it? That would be.
Leslie,
But
can I
yeah,
ask a question?
of course.
Because I was feeling so good after our first meeting yesterday, and then I woke up with just this heavy thought this morning, and because it's kind of particular to my situation, I wasn't going to bring it up, but it kind of is like candy, so maybe I will bring it up. I am having to, I'll just let everybody know, I'm having to wait because I've been on a taper of prednisone for a big flare that I'm having. And so I'm waiting 2 weeks to go down to get off of the 10 milligram. Well, when I woke up this morning, I remembered that I've been on a low dose for like 10 years. And I remember one time I tried to get off, and I was in so much agony. Yeah, pain. And so I got scared when I woke up this morning and thought, if I get down to 10, so I started looking up on the internet about tapering, and 10 is still pretty high to go from 10 to nothing. So I just wanted to bring that up to you to ask. I'm not trying to put this off longer. I really have motivation to start, but I don't want to set myself up for failure.
Yeah. So how much were you on, Candy?
I was doing 10 milligrams a day for the last month, but they had me up to 20. And then
you went from 10 to 0?
No, I went from 10 to 5 for like 5 days. And then I cut those in half and went to 2.5 for 4 days.
Which is
And then I quit.
yeah, and the 2.5 is what I've been on for 10 years. So I wonder if I shouldn't do that same thing.
Just stay on that.
Okay.
That'll be fine. Just document it whenever you do your test.
You can
that was-
still, at that low dose, can you still cleanse your gut, heal your gut?
It makes it a little bit harder,
Mhm.
but we can try. So the one thing that I told Candy, because you came off of yours totally, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then you had you could hardly move. Your pain was so bad.
Right. Yeah. Still suffering, but
Yeah.
it's more important. I just feel like the pain is going to be worth it because I need to get this over with.
Yeah, I feel like I can visualize getting off totally after I've done a 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
It scares me to get off totally after a 10. So I'm really glad to hear you say that. Thank you.
Yeah, I want you to just taper down and go ahead and just go ahead. When do you taper? At that point, you would be at a 2.5 in 2 weeks?
No, the September 3rd, I was going to stop prednisone after a week of 10.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
now I'm going to do another week of 5 and a week of 2.5. So now I'm just wondering how my schedule is going to, yeah.
So what I want you to do is when you drop it down to 5, let's go ahead and do our labs. Okay. See what we're dealing with. We'll still find the root cause.
Okay.
And then because even Candy, I told her, you need to do something to support your pain while we can get the supplements up and going. So we'll go ahead and start supporting your body, pulling out the foods that are causing more inflammation. And that way we can kind of gradually, hopefully, as we increase that, we can take you off of the steroids. But like what I told Candy is don't bother taking the probiotic.
Okay.
The probiotic it's an expensive probiotic. It's a really good probiotic. I don't want you to waste your money taking a probiotic when that steroid is just going to wipe it right out.
Okay.
But we'll wait. We still have time. I mean, I can tell you if I have somebody that's positive for SIBO, I don't put them on a probiotic while I'm killing off the SIBO.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wait, and it's a step by step. So it's not like we have plenty of time for both of you to reach goals.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Susan, did you get your?
Aww.
Susan, what in the world? Hang on, maybe if I try to mute you all again and then unmute you, maybe you'll come back. So mute, unmute. Now try. No.
That's happened to people at work before, and they've had to exit out of Zoom and come back, and then it works.
Hey, Susan, try that. So try to close out of Zoom. Yes. No, I'm going to persist. I'm going to persist until I succeed. That's one of my positive affirmations. I'm going to persist. I'm so stubborn. I'm going to persist until I succeed. So why don't you close out Zoom and then so come back in. You're just not going to, are you? Okay, well, you let me know. So shoot me in the chat feature what your...
She must not hear you.
I think she can. Can you ask a question? See if that pops up first. Can you guys see the chat?
Mm-hmm. Leslie, real quick, collagen powder, is that something that is okay for me to have in the morning with my tea?
And do you know is it sourced? Is
It is. It's called Functional Company. It's like, I think, yeah, it's good. I mean,
Okay.
it doesn't have like
health
other
grade?
things.
Is it a health grade?
I believe so. I guess I should check on that, but
Just double check. A lot of times the collagen that they
I know it doesn't have like any other additives or like anything in there, but what should I look for in particular? Or
as I would say, as long as it's health grade, you should be fine. So a lot of times what they use to produce collagen supplements with are the parts that kind of land on the floor in the slaughterhouse. And so I know. So anyhow, that's what they'll use to make collagen powders. So just as long as you're using a reputable brand, you're not buying it at like Rainbow Blossom or doing that, then then you should be fine. Zymogen does have some collagen products if you wanted to check that out after you run out of
that'll be good. I noticed that it does give me like energy. Like I do feel better when I'm on it than as opposed to not doing it daily. So at least for me, I feel like it does make a difference, but I wanted to make sure with you.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yes. Any other questions, ladies? Susan, I so wish we could hear you. I'm sorry, I'm not going to mute everybody. I'm going to mute everybody except for you next time. All right. Well, ladies, it was a great call. Thank you all so much for showing up and being here, doing the work. You will get the results. I promise. They're in your future. It's coming. So stick with the plan. That's what I've had to remind several this week that have come to me, and it's like, and I'm like, stick to the plan. Are you doing the work? If you're doing the work, you just got to follow the plan. So if something is popping up consistently for you, then you all shoot me a chat and say, I'm really struggling with this. I've got a lot of strategies under my belt. I've been doing this a long time. So I have even if you're having specific cravings that it's like, I just am craving this and I can't get over it, let me know, because I usually have a simple and easy recipe that you can do to kind of give you that same experience, because we don't want to deprive ourselves. Like, Candy, I don't want you to be miserable. That breaks my heart for you, and that creates more inflammation. It keeps you in this state of a sympathetic system response. So I don't need you. That actually is going to hinder our healing process. So I need you right now, since you're suffering so bad, I need you to give yourself a little extra love. Maybe not in the form of ice cream, but I mean, if it's coffee that you want, then drink your coffee. Because, to give yourself that happiness, that
is part of the healing.
It is part of the healing.
Yeah.
Part of the healing process. So get you moving forward, get you vibrating a little bit higher, into that state where you can heal.
Okay.
All right.
Like a plan. Thank you all.
Thank you.
I'm glad you joined. So you all
I finally figured it out.
All right. Everybody have a great rest of your week. If anybody has any questions, always just let me know.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.